Hey everybody, this is Collin Daniels. I thought I would do part 2 of the story of how I made a record in 2 days as a video. So I guess I'll get right into it. If you've read the first part, which is on text in a blog post, you know that in October of 2010 I decided I was going to record a new 4-song EP, which is now available. It's called Keep Goin, and you can get it at collindaniels.bandcamp.com, and the links are right here on my website. So I think I set up what I was thinking kind of heading into the planning process for the recording weekend. So I was going to record 2 days in the studio and mix. The goal was to get all 4 songs, all the tracks recorded, and have all the mixing done and have them basically be ready to go by the end of Sunday night. So we had 2 10-hour days, 9 or 10-hour days, start at 11 in the morning each day and go till somewhere between 8 and 10 o'clock at night. So 2 pretty long days, but I'd recorded a lot before with my former bands, and was kind of used to that. And in fact, I really savor it. I really enjoy it. It doesn't feel like 9 or 10 hours at all. It feels like it goes by really fast. But this session, as I mentioned in the first blog post, was going to be a little bit more complicated because with my previous bands, the first band was just a 2-piece, so it was just drums, guitar, vocals, mixing, and we're done. The second band was a little more complicated, but it was still only a 4-piece, so it was drums, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, vocals, mixing, done. So it's pretty easy to do it, record songs that way in a very sort of methodical way, where we just do one instrument at a time, and then when the instrumentation and vocals were done, we would do the mixing at the end. This was going to be a little more complicated because 3 of the songs weren't that complicated, but Hey Collin was going to have a lot of musicians playing on it for me compared to what I'm used to. So that was throwing a wrench in the works in terms of the scheduling, because there's a lot of people to get in, have their parts recorded, and have them be able to leave and the next person come in and still have time for mixing all 4 songs at the end of the weekend. So, and I should say that originally, so we had, like I said, there was a lot of musicians that when I heard Hey Collin in my head, I just heard like a lot of just sort of an increasing amount of instrumentation as the story of the song builds. And I really wanted, it just had a feel for me of like, a very pretty, because it's sort of a journey of a guy who starts out kind of bleak and hopeless about everything that's going on in his life and his love life, but then, he keeps searching, and then at the end of the song, he kind of finds what he's looking for. So I kind of wanted this sort of pretty build of like different instruments playing together. So that's why I had so many musicians scheduled to play on Hey Collin. And I originally thought that I could plan out ahead of time in my head and then on paper before we even got to the recording session of which instrument I would want to have coming in at certain points. And in fact, I did that, and at first I thought it was fine. I thought, well, we'll have this instrument come in here, we'll have the violins come in the second chorus, and then they'll go out for the second verse, and they'll come back in for the second chorus and all that. But I had to ditch that immediately because I gave all the musicians, everybody that played on the record was number 1, a dear friend of mine, number 2, an amazingly talented musician, and number 3, they were creators in their own right. I think they're all people that could work in the way that I could write out the music and say, this is what I want you to play, but that's not what they primarily enjoy, and it's not the way that I wanted to use them. I wanted to give them the freedom to create their own part and then just kind of mix it all together. But that put a lot of pressure on me as the guy wrangling all this and coordinating it, because I actually didn't know what people were going to do. I just knew that they were going to do something that I was pretty sure I would feel was awesome, but then I was just going to have these elements that I had not known what they were beforehand, and I was going to have to bring them all together to make a cohesive, to make a song that sounded like, everything was clicking together, everything was in the right place, so that, at every moment the right instrument comes in or goes out or is louder or softer or something like that. So I am not known for my brevity, and I didn't get very far in the story, and I see I'm already at 5.5 minutes, which is more than most people spend online watching a single video, so I'll wrap it up. There's definitely going to be a part 3, and I think you can tell by this that there's going to be a part 4 and maybe 5. So, lucky you. Alright, but thanks for watching, and like I said, if you're interested in checking out the record, if you haven't already, it's called Keep Goin. There's 4 songs, and it's available at CollinDaniels.bandcamp.com. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.